Madam President, I believe we had a pretty good work session. We have a pretty good handle on this thing, but we're going to need to look at it some more and think about it more. So I'm going to move at this time that we table any further consideration of the budget to November the 8th of this year.
We can't.
A second.
So I would like to have discussion on that before we go any further. We've got a motion and a second. Mr. Baker?
Well, when you talk about budgets, they are, as we say, a working tool. They are not anything that we must cement in concrete before the current fiscal year ends. It's a guiding tool. So I would tend to agree with the motion.
Okay, Mr. Webb? Any comments?
Put it on.
Okay, Ms. Branson?
And
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that if we don't have a budget to go by, this city comes to a standstill. Is that correct?
I'll start on the chief outside. Tell me what.
Okay, they want to table this till November. And there's a motion and a second. We're having discussion. Mr. Baker says, what did you say? The budget is just a tool or something?
Yeah, whether or not we adopt a budget is strictly at the discretion of the council. And by the same token, if we adopted a budget tonight, on November 8th, we could scrap it and do another. They're not concrete, they're not firm. It's a working tool. It's a tool. It's a guideline.
And I was under the impression that without a budget, the city can't go forward.
Well,
Typically,
if
now's when
nobody,
you do it.
if there's no budget approved for October 1st, this city is not authorized to run. I'm not authorized to employ our employees. I'm not authorized to have the power on. There's no authorization for the expenditure of funds beginning October 1st.
Not true.
No, sir, I'm not authorized to spend any money except money that has been approved by council for me to spend. Is that not correct? So if we do not have money approved for October 1, the city will shut down because I am not gonna spend money that this council has not authorized to be spent because I will get in trouble and I am not gonna do that. So either this council needs to approve a budget prior to October 1st. I don't care if it's for 1 month. If it's for 1 month, that's fine. But I cannot employ people. We cannot run as a city without this council approving funds to be expended for expenses, for the power bill, for salaries, for anything. We cannot run. It's not approved.
The continuing resolution is not required in this state because it's automatic.
Do what?
It's automatic.
What's automatic?
If there's not a budget, you continue, it's as if you automatically, it's as if you had given a continuing resolution to continue on as we are now.
No, sir.
But it's automatic in the state.
No, sir. The resolution that we approved the budget for last year approved the budget for the fiscal year 2015-2016. That budget and that resolution ends on September 30th of 2016. No funds are authorized to be spent in this city past that date.
I would say, right.
What's the basis for holding it over, tabling?
Well, there's a whole lot of work to be done. There's many hours and days to be done. There's a lot of detail in here that needs to be worked out. And there's a new administration coming in. And
Well, I'll bring that up last second.
not the last second. We've been doing some work. We've brought it to this point.
You haven't done anything.
We need to,
What do
there's
you
some
mean?
hard decisions that have yet to be
You
made.
haven't done any work on this. Sir,
And wise decisions are not usually made in an exhaustive session. We've gotten down to the point now where we can start bringing it to a fine point, but it's not going to come in the next 5 minutes.
Grant, go ahead.
Okay, from the city clerk's standpoint and our accounts payable clerk, none of it's been approved by council. And the council's job is to approve the expenditure of funds. That is your legislative duty as city council. The city clerk is responsible for the financials. So I need for someone to explain to me how am I supposed to do my job without money appropriated and approved by this council? And how are we supposed to pay our employees?
You can't sign checks and I can't either.
So,
Well, I think it might make it, I think as our council points out, it might make it much simpler for everybody involved to simply approve a budget and move on with it, because we don't want to throw our staff into confusion. There's enough of that. So we don't want to do that. So I think, that being said, I think if passing a budget streamlines the process, then let's find out where we can cut the $400,000 or so to make it at least on paper a balanced budget, and let's vote on it. And let's keep the drama out of it. We certainly have enough drama. Let's go ahead and do, you know,
Later, time.
yeah,
We need something.
yeah, that's fine. That's my thought on it.
we still have a motion on the
I
table.
withdraw the motion
We've got a motion and a
with the
second.
permission of the second.
Well, I have a motion and a second, so
I withdrew it. If the seconder
well, we
withdraws
can,
it, you're withdrawn.
we've already got a second on it, so
Just vote on it.
let's vote on it. We got a second.
I'll withdraw the second.
I'm withdrawn.
So is that legal to withdraw the first and the second, Jerry? Okay, so it is now withdrawn. So we get back with it?
Get back to it.
Okay.